These are very evenly matched fights, and I'm not just talking about the main events and the co-main event, the two televised cards at Showtime, but really top to bottom. I want to thank Tom Brown, our co-promoter from TGB, for putting together such a compelling card. And of course I want to thank Al Heyman and Sylvia and Brad and the Watsons for their commitment to the sport and helping to make these kind of events a reality. When you look at these two cards with Cuellar and Mars and Charlo and J-Rock, you really have two events which could could be anywhere, two main events. They are such great fights. They say styles make fights. These two guys, these four guys are really made for each other. So this is going to be a very entertaining night, and make sure you tell your readers or listeners that tickets are still available. They're starting at as little as $35. Student discounts $25. I anticipate to have somewhere between 7,000 to 8,000 people here at the Galen Center, so we will have a big turnout here. I know it's shortly before the holidays, but I'm really encouraged how tickets have moved. From the very beginning on, we had a huge first day, and then just steadily tickets have been purchased. The fight fans in and around Los Angeles and Southern California know when there is a good fight, when there's a great fight, and this is not just a great fight, this is a great card. I'd like to thank Corona as well for their continued support in the sport of boxing, and I'd like to thank as well our host here at the USC campus at the Galen Center. What a beautiful facility. It's the newest venue, indoor venue in Los Angeles, and really perfect for boxing. I'd like to thank Carl Reed, the Assistant Athletic Director and the General of USC, and the General Manager of the Galen Center as well. So fight on. I'm very excited, by the way, on a side note, that USC is going to the Rose Bowl, but that's a different topic. But great to be here on the campus of USC. Now, the one guy who really makes it happen time after time, and I mentioned it before, he's very passionate about the sport of boxing. He's very passionate about sport, period. And he keeps surprising us with new innovation, really trying to move the sport forward, trying to introduce the sport to a wider audience, a bigger platform, always looking for new distribution models and new distribution ways to bring the sport closer to its fans. And that is my good friend Steven Espinosa, the president of Showtime Sports. Now, for those of you who don't know Steven that well, I would suggest, I mean, the man recently, like a week ago, actually like, yeah, a week ago, 10 days ago, was in the LA Times. I mean, not just like somewhere in the LA Times. The man was on the front page of the business section of the Los Angeles Times. So I want to thank the LA Times as well to recognize talent, because this guy really is, when it comes to TV, when it comes to sports, when it comes to telling the story, exposing athletes and so on, in particular fighters, he really is second to none. So a big applause for my friend, the president of Showtime Sports, Steven Espinosa.
Thank you, Richard. I'm going to have to use you for my next contract negotiation.
I'll be happy.
In 2016, no other network, or really no other entity, has made a more significant contribution to the sport of boxing than Showtime. Through this Saturday, Showtime will have televised over 22 world title fights this year. That's more than any other network. Overall, on all our platforms, Showtime Championship Boxing, Extreme, Showbox, we will have televised 68 total fights this year. Again, far more than any other network, and we're thrilled to be this committed to this sport. And it's not just quantity that we're delivering here. Showtime has delivered the most significant matchups in the sport, just like this card, top 10 versus top 10. We've got 2 Fight of the Year contenders, and I think we might have a third or maybe even a fourth at the end of the night on Saturday night. This starts a really incredible run that we've got over the next 5 months. We announced 5 dates, 7 fights, and all of those fights are top 10 versus top 10. 3 of the fights are the number 1 versus number 2 in the division. These 4 guys who are on Showtime, they are top 6 in their division by anyone, whether you talk ESPN, whether you're talking The Ring, doesn't matter. These are the top 6 fighters in the division. Everyone agrees. Some people have them higher than that, and the fact that they're willing to fight each other says a lot for this sport. We're very proud of our relationship with everyone on this card, but particularly our main event fighters. The 4 fighters on the card have fought on Showtime a combined 24 times. You've seen them grow up from Showbox to Extreme to now Championship. With Jesus Cuellar and Abner, this will be the 5th featherweight world title fight we have televised. Featherweight division is undergoing one of the most exciting times in recent history. And we're bringing all the action, whether it's Santa Cruz and Frampton or Cuellar or Maes. It's just champion versus champion night after night. Charlo versus Williams, champion of the division versus the unanimous, the top contender in the division. Again, 2 guys who are ranked by everybody in the top 6 of the division. So this is a card that we're very, very proud of, and it really is just part of a whole day of boxing for Showtime. It all starts at 2:30 Pacific, live on Showtime from Manchester, England. We'll have the heavyweight sensation, Anthony Joshua, 17-0, 17 knockouts, taking on Eric Molina. Deontay Wilder, also world champion, will be joining us on air to help call that fight. Then at 5 o'clock, as Richard indicated, on Facebook Live, we'll be presenting 2 fights, 2 of the undercard fights. The Lipinets-Zapavenga fight and the Lubin-Cabrera fight will be streamed live on Facebook. This is what we believe the first time a fight has ever been streamed live exclusively on Facebook. Again, it's an effort to bring new fans and a new audience, and we're proud to do that. That is not obviously limited to Showtime subscribers only. Those 2 fights, and they're high-quality fights, they deserve to be seen, and we're happy to be doing those on Facebook as well. Then our sort of our main course, 7 p.m., this outstanding doubleheader. If you can't be there in the arena, it'll be a great environment. We'll see you on Showtime. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen mentioned to you the Lubin and Cabrera fight, which will be shown live on the Facebook page from Showtime, which I think is a great way to connect with the younger audience as well. And you know, talking about younger and audience and so on, I think the next man I'm going to ask to come up to the podium is the first time I'm going to introduce him, but I hope it's the first time of many. It's a fighter I'm extremely excited about. He really has the flash, he has the style, he has the talent, he has the power in both hands. He is very charismatic as well, speaks very well, comes across very well, and is extremely fashionable, as I just told him. The guy is actually wearing the brand new Easy, Kanye West Easy shoes, which are supposed to come out next Wednesday, and he's already wearing them. So the guy is connected as well, obviously, and just a really exciting fighters. Make sure, all of you, I really encourage all of you, don't miss that fight. He is 16-0 with 11 knockouts, and he's fighting Juan Cabrera, who is 23-1. He's not afraid to stepping up the competition. He is highly ranked, and I anticipate, if everything goes well for Erickson Lubin, that he will be in line rather sooner than later for a world title shot as well. Please welcome Erickson Lubin.
How's everybody doing? I go by the name Erickson Lubin, Erickson Hammer Lubin, 16-0, 11 knockouts. First off, I want to thank God. I want to thank my trainers, you know, for getting me well prepared for this fight. You know, about a month ago, I lost a family member in Todd Harlow. He was more than just a cut man to me, and may he rest in peace. I dedicate this fight to him, and every fight. I can't wait to go out there on Saturday night, show the world why I'm one of the best 154 pounders out there. You know, I'm fighting somebody with just one loss, 2-time Olympian, and I plan for him to come out there ready to fight as I am. And next year, I hope, I get that title shot, WBC, IBF, any one of those. I'm coming for you.
All right, now, before I'm going to introduce the fighters, I'd like to introduce the trainers. I believe you have up here my opinion, the 4 best trainers in the world today. They're accomplished trainers, and it's really an honor to have 4 such great trainers up here on the podium. First off is going to be the fight between Julian J-Rock Williams and the world champion Jermall Charlo. I was fortunate to get to know these young men very much from the early stages of their career, being able to work with them and promote them. Both of them are extremely, extremely talented fighters, as their record shows. Combined, they are 46-0, undefeated. 2 undefeated guys fighting each other in the prime of their career, and really 2 great guys as well. Jermall Charlo is a kind of champion who doesn't shy away from fighting anyone. He takes on any comers, always ready and always prepared, and he's always looking for the next big challenge. He realizes that it's these kind of challenges, when the best fighting the best, is what makes these fighters, and which eventually turn champions into legends. And with J-Rock, with Julian Williams, you have another truly excited, totally gifted fighter who has been patiently waiting for this opportunity at the world title. I think defining hungry, we often hear hungry in boxing, I'm hungry and so on. But this guy just really defines that. I don't think I have ever met anyone, I talked to him yesterday a little bit, who is so ready for this and who has been waiting patiently for this opportunity. And so really this is going to be an amazing matchup. The 2 guys in the corner which got them ready is Stephen Bredman Edwards, a great young trainer who quickly, as I said before, is becoming one of the most recognized names when it comes to training. And it is a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Stephen Edwards.
How's everybody doing? First off, I want to thank everybody who helped us get to this place. My co-trainer, Hassan Bayat, Mike Rodriguez, great cut man. He's been with us since the very beginning. I want to thank Brad and Sylvia Owens. Brad was the one who helped bring Julian and Al Heyman 4 years ago. He saw them fight on the card. We were having a tough time getting a lot of fights. And he was real instrumental in that. I want to thank Al Heyman. He really stepped up to the plate with this promotion. I've talked to him more times in the last 2 months than I have in the last 4 years. It's probably somewhere in here hiding, but I want to thank you anyway. I want to thank Richard and Gruesome Promotions for this is a class promotion. They did a good job. You know, when you get off the plane, everybody's looking for that per diem. Everybody's hungry. They was waiting for us in the lobby to make sure we were straight. So I really appreciate that. But most of all, I want to thank Julian Williams, because without the right horse in the race, you know, the trainer's job, I don't care who you are, you could know everything about boxing, you could hit the pads and do all of that stuff, but unless you got a talented fighter, you know, it doesn't really matter. So I want to thank Julian Williams for being a hell of a fighter, for going through a lot of things that people didn't know he was going through behind the scenes, for listening to me, for staying the course. Quick story, about 5 years ago, he called me up and said, man, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to take classes. This boxing stuff is not working out for me. You know, I got more bills than I got money. And, you know, you never tell a young kid not to get an education, because education is very important. But I said, Joel, look, man, don't worry about it. I said, I'm going to help you make the ends meet. I said, you fight too good. You got your college degree in boxing. Don't quit. And I said, all I want you to do is one thing for me. And he said, what's that? I said, just listen to me and do everything I tell you to do. And I said, in a few years, you're gonna be the most fair dude walking in the 154-pound division. And it was rough. The winters in Philly get like 25 degrees. He didn't have a car. We out there every morning like a savage. And I looked at him the other day, I said, see where you at now. So I just want to thank him for being a hell of a fighter and a hell of a kid. Also want to give a lot of respect to Jamal Charlo and Ronnie Shields. I think Ronnie Shields is a great trainer. I think he's very underrated when everybody talks about the better trainers in boxing. He had Evander Holyfield, who's my favorite fighter, Meldrick Taylor, who's from Philadelphia. You know, nobody ever mentions Ronnie Shields. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame for the job he's done with both of the Charlo brothers. And Jamal too, for some reason people think it's bad blood, but it's just a fight. You know, Julian just wants to fight. He wants to be a world champion, and Jamal is in his way. There's no bad blood on our part, it's all business. But whether they think it's bad blood or not, it don't matter because they got to fight Saturday night. But I want to let them two know that I appreciate them. I appreciate Jamal for stepping up to the plate, and I got a lot of respect for Ronnie Shields. And Saturday night, you guys are going to see why this kid's been the best kept secret in boxing. Thank you.
Well, talking about best kept secret in boxing, I tend to agree with that. Because when you look at his last 10 fights, now get that, J-Rock, Julian Williams' last 10 fights, there's 3 judges, right? He hasn't lost a round on any of the judges' cards. I mean, I challenge you, find another guy in the sport who has performed like that. That's how good he is. And he's been waiting for this opportunity, Saturday night, 2 days to go, and then it's here. And I know the moment you've been waiting for. It is a pleasure now for me to introduce to you a young man from Philadelphia with a record of 22-0, Julian J-Rock Williams.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting this fight. Like Steve said, I want to thank Jamal for being a true champion, stepping up to the fight, stepping up to take the fight, a tough fight it's going to be. I want to thank my coach, Steven Edwards. I want to thank my co-trainer, Asim Baya. We had a rough training camp, you know. It was really good though. I'm just excited about the fight, man. It's a really good fight. On paper, it's a 50-50 fight. I've been waiting a long time to prove to people what I can do. You know what I mean? I think I've been overrated. I've been underrated and overlooked a lot. You know, but it don't matter no more because Saturday night it's gonna be my time to shine. And like Mr. Shaper said, I haven't lost a round since I was 12-0. And I think that says a lot. I don't plan on losing no rounds on Saturday night either. You know, so thanks everybody for coming out again. And let's get these fans what they want to see. Let's get these fans what they want to see. All right.
Thank you. Jamal Charlo has, as we all know, one of the legends in the training fraternity in his corner. Totally agree with Steven, one of the best trainers, but one of the best guys as well in the sport. Very accomplished trainer, very accomplished person, and truly one of the nicest guys I know in the sport. Very smart when it comes to getting his fighters ready. His track record speaks for itself. It's an honor to introduce Ronnie Shields.
Thanks, everybody. It's a pleasure being here today. First of all, I want to thank God, because without Him, none of this would be possible. Second of all, I want to say that I want to thank my whole team for all of the hard work that everybody has put in to get Jamal to this point in his career. I want to thank Creed Fountain, Troy Browning, Danny Arnold, and Unc, Gerard Charlo, and Jay Cuellar. Without these guys, none of this would be possible. Jamal has come a long ways, and just like Jamal is in the same boat that Julian is in right now. And you know, it takes hard work to get to this point. And once you get there, you have to do the best you can possibly do. So, but Jamal is also a young guy, and he's put in a lot of hard work. You know, he's a student of the game. This is what he does. This is how he takes care of his family. And look, I mean, two young guys, undefeated, fighting for the world championship. You can't ask for nothing better than that. You know, we've done everything we possibly can do for this fight. And now it's just a matter of just getting in the ring and doing it. And that's what we're here for, that's what we're ready for. And we're very confident that Jamal is going to win on Saturday night. And after this, we're looking forward to something that's going to happen next. We don't know what that's going to be, but we just want to say, be watching, because Jamal Charlo will still be the junior middleweight champion of the world. Thanks.
I have known Jamal and his brother Jermel since the first fight. Truly two great young men. I remember seeing them always at the Golden Boy fights, and just, you know, the way they carried themselves, always a great smile, always polite, always kind, but you could always feel that hunger to really become world champion. And today they are. Both brothers are, and I think that is absolutely fantastic, and very happy for them that they have accomplished their goals. But it's really just the first step. The question is, once you're world champion, where are you going to take it from there? Are you going to unify the titles? Are you going to continue to challenge you against the best and eventually become a legend, a superstar, and a pay-per-view attraction? And that is what both brothers have in them. And they patiently are waiting again, taking on anyone. Jamal already had 2 title defenses of his super welterweight title. So he, against one of them, against a very, very tough and difficult opponent, Austin Trout, and he both times obviously came out successful. He continues the road, and he continues to take on anyone. Doesn't matter who it is, where it is. That's the kind of warrior Jamal is. That's the kind of world champion Jamal is. With a record of 24-0 from Houston, Texas, Jamal Charlo.
First off, I want to give thanks to my Lord and Savior for getting me ready, for getting my team ready, for making sure everyone, had a solid camp, and we made it to this point. I took some obstacles where I felt like it would get myself better. Sorry fans that I prolonged the fight, but it was due to, my management making sure that I would be at the best of my game. And we had some encounters where I had to, go get re-examined during camp, and I just didn't want to go through that right after the trial fight, any distraction. So yeah, that was on my behalf. I know you probably didn't have no clue, but yeah, that's what was going on. In the midst of you, I guess, getting your wins and your undefeated judges or whatnot, however that go. But I hadn't lost a round until I fought Austin Trout. I didn't lose a round either. I mean, it's all talked about because Philadelphia is a fighting city. I wish we would have fought in Philadelphia. It would have made no difference to me. But I'm not gonna get into all that. Listen, I had a great camp, great long, strong camp. Thanks, Coots, everybody who stood by my side while, I prevailed during camp. My twin brother here to support me, my mom, everybody. I'm fighting for more than just the IBF world title. I'm fighting to keep my legacy alive and to keep me and my twin brother running, and that's what we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna keep winning. I'm a student of the game. I listen to Ronnie Shields a lot. He's like a father to me, and he taught me how to stay calm in situations like this and weather the storm. And I feel like I'm doing a good job at it. Saying that there's a lot of crap being taught to me, and I'm the world champion, but none of that even matters, Saturday night, it don't matter where you from. It don't matter who you are. I know what I came to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'll see y'all Saturday.
Thank you, Jamal. Every year you get a handful of fights. We get a handful of fights in our sport where you know that it could be going into a fight of the year candidate. This fight here, the main event between Cuellar and Abner is one of those fights. you can bet the house that this can only be a good fight. These two guys are exciting, and you put them together, it just is like, you can't beat it, you can't miss it, you want to be there, you don't want to blink. This is excitement, pure excitement for us here in the sport of boxing. So it's another fight which took a while to happen for whatever reason, but finally it's here, it is much anticipated. Both guys have, as I said in the fight before, two legendary trainers in their corner, with Robert Garcia on one side and Freddie Roach on the other side. You clearly have two of the best trainers in the sport today. They got their guys ready. They know how important it is. For Jose Cuellar, it's easily the biggest fight of his career. And for Abner Mares, it's a must-win night here in Los Angeles. And he knows that, he took it serious and he's ready. And the man who got him ready is Robert Garcia. I'd like to ask Robert Garcia to come up to the podium now.
Just a little reminder to Richard, his name is Jesus, not Jose. Anyways, it's great being here. Thank you all for being here. We are very happy to be here, ready for Saturday night. I want to take this moment to thank people involved in our training camp, our team, starting with Luis Garcia, who did a great job with Abner's strength and conditioning. I also want to thank Pee-wee, Pollo, always there supporting us, and whatever we needed, they were there. My father, who also plays a big role in my training camps, both my boys, Pita and Payo. But the main person is Abner. You know, he came to me going on a year already, and he's always listened and did everything he was asked to do. I never had a problem with having him in the gym. I never had a problem with doing anything that he was told to do. So this Saturday night we're gonna show what we have been doing for a full year. You know, I also want to acknowledge guys on the undercard. Who's Speedy. Speedy's also gonna be in the undercard, and Josito Lopez, who's also training with me. Hopefully everybody goes out there early so you guys can see the undercard, because it's stacked with talent and great fights. You know, I just want to wish everybody up here good luck, because you guys are all in great, tremendous fights. So I want to wish everybody the best, and see you guys all Saturday. Thank you.
I've known Abner Mares now for almost 12 years, since the 2004 Olympics. He is easily one of the most exciting and best fighters to come out of Mexico in recent history. He's an accomplished three-time world champion, has accomplished so much in the ring already, and here he is, going to reach for the stars yet again. Before I'm going to ask Abner to come up, I'd like to talking about all Mexican and Olympians. I'd just like to acknowledge quickly a recently signed fighter to ring star, an Olympian, a Mexican Olympian as well, the first one to bring a medal home to Mexico for boxing in over 16 years, and that is Misael Rodriguez. Misael will be working with Abner as well on the management side, so I'm very excited about that. Now, there's really no words to describe Abner Mares inside the ring, how exciting he is. You guys all know that. You've seen him win the bantamweight tournament. You've seen him in some of the most exciting and thrilling fights we have seen over the past 10 years or so. And you know him as well, what a great young man he is outside of the ring with his lovely wife, his family. It really is always very special for me to introduce Abner Mares, in particular so here for my first fight back at the helm of Ringstar. It's a pleasure and an honor to introduce to you my friend Abner Mares.
Thank you so much, Richard. I want to start off by saying that it's truly an honor to be placed in this card. Not because I'm not so much excited because I'm the main event, because I could have easily been the co-main event, but I'm not even worried about that, because these two fighters right next to me, they could have been easily a main event, and I'm excited about their fight. I'll be watching from the dressing room for sure. I'm excited as a boxing fan to be watching that fight. As Robert mentioned, we have undercard, my brother Speedy Matt is fighting, Joselito Lopez. We have a lot of talent fighting in this card. And, as a boxing fan, again, I'm really, really excited for those fights. And moving on to my fight, you guys know me, man. I'm always giving you guys good fights. I always say, win or lose, I always give you guys good fights. When I lose, my first loss, it was a knockout. I got knocked out. But hey, it was exciting, right? Everybody was talking about the next day. It happens. I pushed it off. I kept fighting, kept winning. I fought last year. I lost against Leo Santa Cruz. It's one of those fights where you don't lose, honestly. I don't feel any less. I felt like it was a really close fight. It could have gone either way. He got the win, but it's all good. Here I am facing another tough fighter. I haven't fought in over a year since last fight. A lot of people, why did you take this fight? You could have taken a tune-up fight, easier fight. What's the use of that? I'm just here to fight whoever and the best. So we chose Jesus Cuellar. Jesus Cuellar is definitely one of the top fighters in this weight class. One of the most hard-punching fighters in this weight class, coming with 28 wins, 21 knockouts. People ask me, are you worried about his power? Yeah, I'm worried, of course, but am I scared? No, man, it's a contact sport. I'm looking forward to testing this punch, honestly, and, it's all good. I can punch back, I hit hard too. So I'm really, really looking forward to this test. Every single fight is a test for me. This fight, I'm gonna graduate, I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna make you guys believe. Not only, you guys know already, I'm a brawler. I like to sit in there and throw punches. But you're gonna see a tremendous fighter come Saturday night. Fight of the year. I hope. I hope it plays out that way. But if not, you're gonna see a fight of the year. Thank you so much, Showtime. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you, Ringstar. All the beautiful press, the boxers that are fighting in this undercard. Jesus Cuellar, thank you for being patient, for waiting for this fight, and thank you all so much. God bless you all, and it's gonna be an early Christmas present for all you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Santa Abner. That was very nice of you. Well, Freddie Roach. The guy really doesn't need any introduction. How many times have you been Trainer of the Year? Many, and then many times. So clearly one of the faces of the sport, a guy who always has his fighters in top shape and ready and knows how to motivate them as well and have him peak at the occasion, and that is my friend Freddie Roach.
Thank you, Richard. We've had a great training camp. Thanks to my team for all the help. We've really worked hard for this fight. We had a couple postponements, but we got through that, and we've had a really good long training camp, good sparring, and we just we're ready to go. Abner, I'd like to wish you best of luck. Best man will win. See you all there. Thank you.
Freddie, when you think about punchers, you automatically think about Argentina, and when you think about Argentina, you think about punchers. And then, of course, Maidana comes to mind, and you see two of the guys there which were very instrumental in Maidana's career are standing right there. My good friend Sebastian Contursi, and they have put their name behind Jesus Cuellar. And you look at Jesus, this is a guy who, when he fights, he usually knocks out people. They, more often than not, end up in a knockout. As exciting as they get, the big puncher, always ready to take on any challenge, wanting to make a name for himself. And he has been waiting. Talking about waiting, he has been waiting for an opportunity of fighting somebody like Abner Mares. And I remember it several years ago. He was telling me, and I was telling him he's going to be world champion, and he reminded me about that, and I was right, long before it happened. And I'm very happy for him. He's a humble guy. He's not a brash guy, but clearly in the loaded featherweight division, he is the force to reckon with. He is as exciting as they get, and make sure you're going to be there for that fight. You're going to watch it. This is can't miss action. But it's can't miss action every time when the world champion, the undefeated world champion, Jesus Cuellar, enters the ring. Jesus.
Hola, buenas tardes. Bueno, llegó el momento. Estoy muy contento con todo mi trabajo y nada, no veo la hora de subir arriba del ring y llevarme el triunfo para Argentina. Voy a dar lo mejor. Gracias a todo mi equipo.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming. Well, here comes the time. Finally, we are here and we are ready, and I'm willing to give it all on this fight, so I'm very excited.
Nada, quiero agradecer a todo mi equipo que me ha apoyado hasta el día de hoy y que estamos llegando en las mejores condiciones. Gracias Freddy, gracias Sebastián Contursi. Y bueno, voy a llevar el triunfo para Argentina.
I want to thank all my team for the wonderful training camp we had. I want to thank especially Freddie Roach and all my team. And I am sure that I'm going to bring my title back to Argentina.
Muchísimas gracias a todos.
Thank you all, and I wait for you all the time.
All right, that concludes the press conference. We are going to pose to fighters now. And again, thank you so much for coming. And I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday night here at the fabulous Galen Center. Thank you.